Hi guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video and tuning into my channel. So today's video is going to be all about how to wear a bold eyeshadow color and how to kind of make it a little more wearable. I realize this is a little bit bold for some people's taste, but if you wanted to do something like a navy or a green, there are ways to wear it. It's all about getting that mid-tone into the crease. So I'm gonna break it down and show you what I did and then show you the rest of the look. So if you wanna see what I did, keep on watching. Okay, starting out, just priming my face with my Arbonne primer, and I'm doing this after moisturizer with my Sigma F80, just getting this all over. And you can see my skin's a little irritated because I was doing some glycolic, but it's much better now. So I'm moving on to the eyes. I'm starting by priming the eyelids, and I'm doing this before foundation because we're going to be using a dark colored eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a little bit of these two warm colors, actually these three warm colors, and kind of get them into the crease, and I'm going to lay that crease down before I do anything else, just so I can kind of see what I'm building towards. And then just zooming in so you can see I'm just kind of doing it. It doesn't have to be precise, you're just warming up that crease. I always like a warm color in the crease. I think it's usually very flattering. And then I am going in with my Chromatics. This is a YSL Chromatics, so they're like these really creamy, awesome, beautiful eyeshadow colors, and I'm just using this navy one. I'm packing it on one side of a MAC 239, and I like these colors because they're creamy, they don't really fall down too much, but even so, I'm doing the foundation next. I am gonna just get this all into the crease, just kind of going all over to the eyelid up until where the natural crease starts. Then I'm taking just a basic brown eyeliner. This is MAC's brown liner in Coffee, and I'm gonna rim the under portion, inner rim, and the upper, just kind of getting in, outside, and all around my eyes. I'm using a brown because I'm gonna put shadow over it, and I think that the brown just lays down a nice base. I don't want it to be too blue, so I want my the sides of my eyes really framed in a dark color. And brown is a little less harsh than black. The next thing I'm doing is getting a couple of colors and mixing them with the darker colors, as you can see on the Sonia Kashuk palette. There's a lot of options, and I'm getting a slightly darker color and just buffing that in the crease with the same MAC 217 that I used for the first crease color. Now I'm taking a pencil brush. This is a MAC 219, and I'm just getting this into a dark brown, and I'm getting this right along the lash line, just basically smudging where I put the pencil. So you're not really gonna see much differentiation between the pencil and the eyeshadow. I just want my eyes really rimmed in darkness. And then I'm going back and I'm touching up with the navy eyeshadow just to make sure that it's really vibrant. Then I'm taking a fluffy brush and these two colors really lightly, and I'm just using these to buff and smooth out any harsh lines. Just using circular and windshield wiper motions just to get everything really nice and buffed and smoothed out. Then the next thing I'm doing is I'm just using my favorite foundation. It is Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua, and this, I believe I'm in 20 beige, and I'm using the same brush right over the Arbonne primer that I used. And by now the primer's had a moment to kind of sink into my pores and smooth everything out, so my foundation's gonna go on much smoother. Then the next thing is I'm just going over with my Studio Finish Concealer with my finger, which I think is the best way to apply this, and I'm putting it under my eyes, anywhere I'm red, extra red, around the nose, mouth, center of the face. I have a lot of areas to cover up right now, so I'm using it a little more liberally, but I'm just going back with that same Sigma F80 and just buffing it just so you can't see any seams and everything's really, really blended in. Then you definitely need some brows when you're doing a dramatic eye because you really want to frame your whole eye area because, you know, the eye is going to be drawn to that area. So I'm just combing through my brows, penciling them in, and shaping them up a little bit. As you can see, I need a little more help. I have very, very faint brows, so I just really have to kind of work to fill them in and still make them look somewhat natural. Now I'm just going in with a little more of the dark brown just because I want to see a little more seamless blend from the blue up to the lighter warm color in the crease. So there's a little bit of tweaking that goes on. You know, you can move off from your brows, go back to the eyes, kind of go back and forth and kind of give it a minute to kind of sink in. Then for my brows, I'm just taking this little slanty brush and I'm just kind of carving out the lower and upper edges of the brow. Now, if you do this, just make sure you do blend it in with your finger. I see a lot of people doing this and they don't blend it in after, but I really think that you should blend it in so that you don't have like two stripes. You'll still get that highlighted frame look, but if you take your pinky finger or your ring finger, just blend it in. Now, just a dense, fluffy brush. So it's kind of like fluffy and dense. This brush is a MAC 109, and I'm just buffing a little bit of powder over it. And then I am doing my eyelash curler, very important. Especially with a look like this, you need big dark lashes. So I'm giving them a good curl and I'm coating them with many, many coats of black mascara. So now the eyes are done. Zooming out, moving on to the lips. This is MAC Boldly Bare. It's just a really nice kind of like nude color. You can see I still have a little foundation on my lips, but it's fine because we're using a light color and it's totally gonna cover it. Just giving my lips a little more shape, filling them in. And then this is Tom Ford Pink Dusk. Amazing color. It's like a great everyday nude. And then I'm using this little peachy pink blush in, it's called In Love by Chanel, and I just think it kind of complements the warm crease and the pale peachy pink lips. Hi guys, so this is the finished look. Let me know what you think. My eyes are brown. I chose navy. It's a pretty good color. It works great with brown eyes, especially if you have darker skin and you have like warm caramel brown eyes color. I think that navy looks great, or also green, the kind of like green and navy jewel tones, and you can kind of this mid-tone blending color. So if your eyes are blue or green, choose something warmer like a copper, and you can kind of do the same technique. Doesn't mean that you can't wear green or blue, it just sometimes can compete with your eye color. But at the end of the day, it's makeup and you should wear what you like, and if you wear what you like, you will feel good and you will look good, and that's really all that matters. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.